After 5-team state champions, multiple individual champions, and countless great moments since August, we officially close out Naperville Sports Weekly Season 18 with our annual award show. Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to our final episode where we recap the best moments from the year. We have 5 awards to hand out, with the winners being determined by voting from our staff here at NSW. We'll also look at the top 10 plays of the year. Let's begin with the Male Athlete of the Year as Patrick Cotto breaks down the nominees.
Our first nominee for Male Athlete of the Year comes from the gridiron with Naperville North quarterback Jacob Bell. Bell started for the Huskies for 2 seasons, but it was his senior year that saw him explode into one of the top talents in the state. Connecting with the dynamic trio of Brock Pettaway, Quinn Morris, and Chico Thomas, Bell passed for 3,223 yards and 44 touchdowns, helping the Huskies to a 7-2 regular season record and another trip to the 8A playoffs. Despite a first-round loss to Maine South, Bell passed for 508 yards and 5 total touchdowns in the game. As a first-team All-State selection in Class 8A, Bell's football career is just getting started as he will take his talents to Indiana University. We go to the hardwood for our next nominee with Tyree Coleman from Waubonsie Valley. Coleman started for the Warriors for 3 years, but raised his game to an even higher level in his senior campaign. As a first-team All-State selection, he averaged 20.3 points, 4.7 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 2.3 steals, helping the Warriors to back-to-back DVC and regional championships, and won the DVC Player of the Year award for a second straight season. Teaming up with the high-flying forward Moses Wilson and fellow guard Josh Tinney, the Warriors racked up a school record of 31 wins before the memorable season came to an end in the sectional semifinal against the eventual state champion Bennett Academy. Coleman will continue playing basketball at Illinois State University next season. Mason Hoffman has been a force to be reckoned with for Naperville North boys swimming and water polo in all 4 of his varsity seasons. Hoffman won the sectional championship in the 100-yard breaststroke before placing in the top 10 for the 100-yard breaststroke and 400-yard freestyle relay in the IHSA state meet. However, water polo is the sport where Hoffman took his performance in the pool to the next level. After a 4th straight All-State performance as a senior, he tallied a team-high 171 goals and 91 assists, helping the Huskies to the DVC and sectional titles. The crowning achievement for Hoffman and the Huskies came from winning the first ever state championship for Naperville North boys water polo in a 7-6 thriller over New Trier. A standout in the classroom as well, Hoffman will jump in for the Johns Hopkins water polo team next season. Up next is another 2-sport athlete, Owen Roberts from Waubonsie Valley. Roberts competed for the Warrior football and baseball teams, where he made his presence felt in his senior year. Roberts played on both sides of the ball, hauling in 2 touchdowns for the offense. As an all-DVC defensive back, he racked up 66 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 3 interceptions, leading the Warriors to their first playoff berth since 2018. A dual threat on the baseball diamond as well, Roberts dazzled on the mound with an outstanding .49 ERA, striking out 96 batters, culminating in an 8-2 record. Roberts also batted .367 at the plate with 44 hits. In the postseason, Roberts threw a pair of complete games and hit a home run to help the Warriors win a 2nd straight regional title and the first sectional championship since 2005. The Warriors' playoff run came to an end in the super sectional against Normal Community. Still, Roberts will throw the heat collegiately by taking the mound for the Indiana State Sycamores next spring. Last but not least is boys lacrosse senior standout Jonah Frank from Neuqua Valley. Frank led all Wildcats in scoring with 96 goals and over 50 assists, resulting in another DVC and sectional title for the Blue and Gold. In the sectional championship victory over Andrew, Frank set the program record for goals in a single game with 12. Frank and the Cats won a second straight super sectional title in a hard-fought victory over Lyons Township. Neuqua Valley finished the season at 16-8 and brought home a second consecutive fourth-place state trophy. Frank's high-scoring Neuqua Valley career may be over, but not his lacrosse career overall, because he will continue playing the game next season at Denison University.
And for a second straight year, Owen Roberts earns our Male Athlete of the Year. In a memorable final season at Waubonsie, Roberts was All-DVC in both football and baseball. Let's keep it in the same category, but with our Female Athlete of the Year. NSW's Justin Cornwell takes us through our nominees.
The first Female Athlete of the Year nominee has been one of the top players in the nation at her position for the past 3 seasons. Bennett Academy libero Anaya Warren has been a standout on a team full of standouts for the Red Wing girls volleyball program. Warren capped off a decorated career with 312 digs, 78 assists, and 16 aces in her senior campaign. The ESCC Player of the Year and First Team All-State selection helped Bennett to a 40-2 record, an undefeated run through conference play, and a third straight 4A state runner-up finish. The dynamic 3-year starter will go from one powerhouse program to another as she heads to the University of Wisconsin next fall. Waubonsie Valley girls basketball had another outstanding season this winter, winning a second consecutive sectional championship with impressive victories over Bennett Academy and Bolingbrook along the way. Leading the charge was first-team All-State guard Daniela Emporicoso. The junior averaged 22.7 points, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 3 steals for a team that went 31-2 on the year, before falling in the super sectional to Alton. Teaming up with Lily Newton, Ariana Garcia, Maya Pareda, and Maya Cobb, the Warriors went undefeated in the DVC for a second straight season. Emporicoso will enter her senior season next year with 1,972 career points as a leading candidate for Miss Illinois basketball, as she hopes to make another run at state with the green and gold. Naperville Central senior Callie Tumulty had varsity sports experience with the girls basketball team as a sophomore, but this spring was her first with Red Hawk girls soccer, after spending her early career playing club exclusively, and a knee injury wiped out her junior season. With Tumulty in tow, playing alongside talented cohorts like Bella Brozick, Eleanor Kane, Rebecca Ruggiero, and Emerson Burke, Naperville Central became the local team to beat. The team won 20 games compared to just 2 losses all season. Tumulty made the most of her lone season on the Central pitch, breaking the program record for goals in a season with 23. Along the way, the Redhawks were co-champions of the DVC and won the Ed Watson Naperville Invitational for the first time in over a decade. After winning a second straight regional title, Central fell in the sectional round to Neuqua Valley, the only team to defeat the Redhawks this season. The future Ohio State Buckeye was rewarded for her outstanding play by being named First Team All-State and the Illinois High School Soccer Coaches Association Player of the Year. As well as Naperville Central girls soccer played this season, it was Naperville North who emerged as the sectional champions, battling all the way to the 3A state final, where the Huskies finished as the state runner-up. The player who led the charge for the Naperville North offense was junior forward Claire DeCook. One of the fastest players on the field, DeCook always seemed to be involved when it came to putting the blue and orange on the scoreboard. She led the team with 15 goals and 3 assists of her own. Abby Penn, Laura Pera, and Isa Polavieja helped set the table for the forward. Following a regular season full of strong victories and narrow defeats, North caught fire on a postseason run to the title game, with DeCook coming through in the biggest moments. She scored 2 goals in the sectional championship victory over Neuqua Valley, and 2 more in North's 2-1 victory over Lane Tech in the state semifinals. A first-team All-State selection, DeCook already has her college choice lined up, with plans on playing for the Tennessee Volunteers at the next level. The final nominee is another junior who has stepped further into the spotlight year after year. Neuqua Valley girls basketball and softball standout Nalia Clifford emerged as one of the area's top two-sport athletes this season. Playing guard for a Wildcat roster that had just one senior in the rotation, Clifford had a great all-around season, averaging 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals, earning all DVC honors. On the softball diamond this spring, Clifford continued to make a major impact. The sure-handed shortstop hit .449 on the year with 3 home runs and 23 RBI, helping the Wildcats advance to the regional championship game. In DuPage Valley Conference play, Clifford hit .527 with 10 stolen bases, earning all DVC honors once again as Neuqua won the conference championship with a 12-3 record. It will be exciting to see what Clifford has in store next year in her final season with the blue and gold.
The Female Athlete of the Year goes to Callie Tumulty. She put in the best scoring season ever from a Red Hawk girls soccer player, earning the Illinois Player of the Year award. Up next, let's hand out our Newcomer of the Year here on NSW.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
The import tariff is here, but at Fair Oaks Ford, we'll help you beat the tariff with a large selection of American-made in-stock vehicles right now. For a limited time, lock in pre-tariff pricing on select new Ford models and save thousands. From America, for America. And right now, we're offering employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Now that's what we call fair. Don't miss your chance to beat the tariff at Fair Oaks Ford in Naperville.
Whether they were freshmen or competing on the varsity level for the first time, our Newcomer of the Year nominees shine throughout their breakthrough campaigns. NSW's Jaron Smith has more on these fresh faces.
Our first Newcomer of the Year nominee is Naperville Central quarterback Sebastian Hayes. Making a delayed debut after coming off back-to-back ACL tears, Hayes took his opportunity and ran with it for his final season with Central football. With help from senior running back Aiden Clark, wide receivers Deshaun Williams and Garrett Nichols, and an elite defense, Hayes led the Redhawks to an 11-2 record, the best of the DuPage Valley Conference teams, and an appearance in the 8A state semifinals for the first time since 2013. In their state quarterfinal game against Lions, Hayes threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another as the Redhawks got the win over the second-seeded Lions. The dual-threat quarterback gained confidence throughout the season, racking up over 1,900 total yards and 23 touchdowns. The next nominees are the only 2 transfer students on this list. Naperville North wide receivers Quinn Morris and Chico Thomas made an immediate impact on their new team. Quinn Morris joined the Huskies from Plainfield East and Chico Thomas from Bolingbrook. The dynamic duo helped an explosive Husky passing offense as the 2 went on to make some of the most spectacular catches of the season. Connecting with All-State quarterback Jacob Bell, Morris recorded 57 catches for 906 yards and 15 touchdowns, earning all-conference honors. Thomas had 62 catches for 716 yards and 5 touchdowns. While the 7-3 Huskies fell in a first-round slugfest to Maine South to open the 8A playoffs, Morris and Thomas more than made their mark on the gridiron in their lone seasons with the blue and orange. Next up on the list is Neuqua Valley basketball player Cole Kelly. Entering the season with Division I offers before ever stepping onto the court for the Wildcats, Kelly lived up to expectations as the freshman made his presence known early on both ends of the floor. Able to score from all 3 levels, Kelly averaged 18.6 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 2.5 assists to go with 1.5 steals and 1.2 blocks on the defensive end. Despite his youth, Kelly was never afraid of the big moment. In a January matchup against Naperville North, Kelly made shot after shot, scoring 15 of his 31 points in the fourth quarter. Kelly knocked down 70 three-pointers and recorded 15 double-doubles and 1 triple-double in his inaugural season. Kelly was named All-Conference and Class 4A All-State Special Mention by the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association. The sky is the limit for the talented hooper with 3 high school seasons remaining. Another standout newcomer from Neuqua Valley, badminton player Ishi Reddy. The freshman entered the season as the number 2 player on the roster next to standout senior Hannah George. But by the end of the season, it was the youngest Wildcat who emerged as the top singles player in the state. Reddy won the singles sectional title, defeating George in the championship match, and carried that run into the IHSA state meet the following week. Knocking off several of the top players in Illinois, Reddy became the first state singles champion in Neuqua history by outlasting Hannah George in 3 sets in an all-Wildcat state final. Playing beyond her years, Reddy's stellar season helped the Wildcats win their first badminton state championship since 2016. The final nominee from this year's group is Chloe Birch from Mattia Valley Girls Soccer. The Mustang made her varsity debut after a season-ending knee injury wiped out her junior campaign. Racking up 9 goals and 5 assists on the year, Birch was a first-team All-DuPage Valley Conference selection as a senior, while helping the Mustangs earn the number 1 seed in the Naperville North sectional with several goals in the clutch. Birch and the Mustangs won the Body Armor Series championship over Wheaton Warrenville South and handed Neuqua Valley its lone DVC defeat of the season. Birch will continue her playing career at the next level with the North Dakota State Bison this fall.
Neuqua Valley Basketball's Cole Kelly is the NSW Newcomer of the Year. The Wildcat was one of the best freshmen in the country and has already received numerous D1 offers. When we return, let's highlight some of our local teams who improved tremendously from the previous season. Then we will give you our NSW Team of the Year.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
Throughout the year, multiple NSW teams improved their record from a season ago, including a few going from losing seasons to conference or regional champions. Justin Cornwell gives us the nominees for the most improved team here on NSW.
We tee off the most improved list with a fall sport where local boys golf teams like Neuqua Valley, Waubonsie Valley, Naperville Central, and Mattia Valley have taken turns at the top of the DVC standings in recent years, while Naperville North has struggled to rise above the middle of the pack. In the fall of 2024, a young Husky squad made a strong push to win the conference and make a postseason run. While seniors Will Nelson, Dylan Kyman, and JT Schmidt made key contributions throughout the season, the underclassmen were the key to the Huskies' improvement this fall. North went 4-1 in the DVC, including a win over eventual conference champion Neuqua Valley, only falling to Waubonsie Valley in a head-to-head showdown. At the regional meet, 4 Husky sophomores, Trevor Schmidt, Henry Haumesser, Lincoln Schultz, and Colin Mills, qualified for sectionals, with fellow sophomore Zach Zafar and freshman Jack Fleury just missing the cut. With the entire regional roster returning for multiple seasons, Naperville North could soon emerge as the local team to beat. Waubonsie Valley girls cross country had essentially become a one-person show in recent seasons, with Lily Byback being the lone warrior you would see running near the leaders of the pack. This fall, the rest of the green and gold running roster made major strides throughout the season. Seniors Katie Byers, Marissa Martin, and Emily Galvez helped raise the floor, while junior Catherine Heap, freshman Danya Shanmuga Sundaram, and sophomore Mia Bertolini developed into forces to be reckoned with. Playing host at the regional meet, the Warriors finished in second place to perennial power Naperville North and qualified for sectionals as a team for the first time since 2018. Buyback and Bertolini finished in the top 10, along with Shanmuga Sundaram and Heap in the top 20 as well. The following week at the Hinsdale Central 3A sectional, the Warriors made school history with a fourth-place team finish, qualifying for state for the first time ever. While Buyback and her fellow seniors are moving on, the Warriors should continue to be a program on the rise. For our next nominee, we jump all the way to the spring with another Waubonsie Valley squad, the girls' water polo team. The Warriors have had several strong seasons over the past 5 years, but their record dipped below 500 last year, and the team only secured one conference victory. This spring, the green and gold put things back in the right direction with a 14-win campaign and a second-place finish in the DVC, the best in program history. Waubonsie also defeated Naperville Central for the first time in well over a decade and earned the number 2 seed in the Naperville North Sectional. Senior Ruby Meyer was selected to the All-State 4th team. Veteran Kaylin Ball, goaltender Emma Buchenauer, and underclassmen Reese Calvey and Hadley Viersick all played key roles in the turnaround. Despite falling in a 10-8 heartbreaker to Naperville Central in the sectional semis, Waubonsie Valley girls water polo became an opponent to be reckoned with this spring. Neuqua Valley girls soccer has a rich history with a state championship in 2005 and a state runner-up finish in 2015, while consistently challenging for a conference title. 2024 was a rough year for the Wildcats, who finished the season with only 6 victories and a 1-4 record in the DVC. The Blue and Gold flipped the script in 2025, winning 16 games and a share of the DVC championship. Neuqua defeated eventual state runner-up Naperville North in conference play and was the only team to defeat Naperville Central this season, winning their DVC matchup and eventually eliminating the Redhawks in the sectional semifinals. Senior Selma Larby returned to the roster after playing club during her junior season and made the All-DVC and All-Sectional teams along with Chloe Orlow, while midfielder Alessandra Russo was named All-State. Addison Gusky, Sydney Mikulak, Alexis May, Elena Shandola, and Safa Jeffrey were all important contributors to the Wildcats earning another regional title. Despite a tough 2-1 loss to Naperville North in the sectional championship, it was clear the Cats had their claws back this spring and appear well set to remain a state contender for years to come. Like the Neuqua Valley girls soccer team, the Blue and Gold boys volleyball program has a proud history, earning third-place state trophies in 2007 and 2008, and finishing as the state runner-up in 2018. In 2024, the Neuqua boys only won 9 games, one of the roughest seasons in team history. Coach Eric Mendoza and his boys entered 2025 eager to get things turned around. The Cats won 11 of their first 12 matches to start the year, showing immediate improvement that carried on throughout the season. Neuqua won the DVC championship and 27 games in total, the most since 2018. Chase Marston set a new program record for kills in a season, while Drew Vajasti set the single-season assists record. Veda Shibrolu, Liam Mitchell, Blake Thompson, Noah Cullen, and Vishwak Naman Reddy each played major roles in Neuqua winning its first regional championship since 2019. The Wildcats saw their run end at the hands of powerhouse Glenbard West in the sectional semifinals, but proved their mettle throughout the turnaround campaign. Waubonsie Valley boys tennis is unique compared to other nominees, as the Warriors are coming off back-to-back successful campaigns. However, this spring the Waubonsie boys took another step forward with one of the greatest seasons in program history. The Warriors went undefeated during DVC regular season play against tough opponents like Naperville North, Neuqua Valley, and Metea Valley, and capped it all off at the DVC tournament to win their first conference title in at least 15 years. Playing host for the 2A sectional, Waubonsie qualified both singles players and both doubles teams to state, surging past Neuqua Valley to win the sectional championship for the first time since 2014. Junior Hector Diaz dazzled in singles play, taking first place in the conference and the sectional meet. Senior Samayan Tayal went 24-3 playing 2 singles and finished second at sectionals. Revanth Kotapalli and Kaveen Sivapuniam had strong debut seasons, finishing in 4th at sectionals. Legendary head coach Phil Gallo, who has led the program since 1982, then saw his boys earn the best team finish in history, ending the state meet in 9th place. Tayal is the only graduate in the main varsity rotation, so there's a chance the Green and Gold can build on this historic season in 2026.
And the winner of the Most Improved Team is Neuqua Valley Girls Soccer. They improved their win total by 10 games and took home DVC and regional titles. The NSW Team of the Year award has 8 nominations, as every team on the list advanced to the state finals. I will give you the nominees for NSW Season 18's Team of the Year. Since head coach Gene Heidkamp took over in 2008, all Bennett Academy was missing was a state championship. The Red Wings broke through this winter, winning the Class 4A state championship in a 55-54 thriller over Warren Township. It was Heidkamp's first title after 3 previous runner-up finishes and the first in Bennett Academy history. Bennett finished the year with a 33-5 record, picking up wins over powerhouse programs like Simeon, Rich Township, and DePaul College Prep, and winning a share of the ESCC title. When the postseason began, the Red Wings beat multiple top teams along the way, such as Waubonsie Valley, Downers Grove North, and Quincy, before thrashing Evanston in the state semis. The Red Wings were led by Illinois commit Blake Fagbemi with 12.7 points per game, and Southern Illinois commit Daniel Poliakonis with 12.5. Both were selected to AP Honorable Mention All-State. The Warriors Hockey Club looked a bit different this spring, with new colors, jerseys, logo, and the addition of players from Wheaton Warrenville South and Wheaton North. Head coach Jeremy Dombrow also retired after 13 years with the program, with Keith Farforth taking over for the Warriors after years in charge of Wheaton West. Despite a season of change, the end of the year celebration remained the same, as the New Look Warriors took home yet another AHAI Combined Division State Championship. The Warriors won the title for a second straight season, the 5th time since 2014 and 3rd since 2022. During the regular season, the hockey club finished on top of the Illinois West Division, finishing with a 21-5 record for 61 points in the regular season title. Once in the semis, the hockey club won 2 thrillers in overtime. First in the semi, they won 4-3 in triple OT in the 2024 state final rematch against Chicago North. Once at the United Center, Joe Pianowski scored the game winner in double overtime to lift the Warriors past the BGHW Stampede. Entering this season, Neuqua Valley Badminton won 3 state trophies in 5 years, but wasn't able to capture the first place trophy. This year, the Wildcats broke through for the title after an all-Neuqua singles final between freshman Ishi Reddy and 4-time state medalist senior Hannah George. Reddy won it in 3 games after trailing 21-20 in the final game. Sophomore Luna Han and senior Kenyanyet Vajvorat narrowly missed repeating as double state champions, falling in the doubles final for the Wildcats, but they still enjoyed a dominant season as DVC and sectional champs. Catherine Yee and Amber Shee also made it to the state consolation quarters as Neuqua finished the year with a 19-3 overall record. The Wildcats have not lost more than 3 matches since 2012. During the playoffs, Neuqua's top singles and doubles players swept the sectional to help them secure a 10th consecutive sectional title dating back to 2015. Bennett Academy girls tennis entered this past fall fresh off a runner-up finish at state, and they turned it up a notch in 2024. The Red Wings returned many talented players and went on to win the 2024 1A state championship after a dominant display in doubles. At sectionals, it was an all-Bennett Academy doubles and singles final. Shane Delaney and Claire Lopatka won the double state title in a thrilling 3-set win over Chicago University. Natalie Grover and Katie Gendra also took fourth at the state tournament. On the singles side, Meredith Converse fell in the consolation semis to Anna Yu of Dunlap, who would later win the consolation final. She, along with Lily Lopatka, finished inside the top 12 in singles at state to give Bennett its first state title since 2017. Naperville North boys water polo is no stranger to the IHSA State Series, and for the first time in program history, the Huskies won the state title this spring. North looked like a state favorite right from the start this year, opening with wins over top programs like New Trier, York, Lyons, and Stevenson. The Huskies finished 2025 with a 32-4 record, the second most wins ever in program history, behind 2014's third-place team with 34. North's largest loss was by 3 goals to New Trier, who beat the Huskies 3 times this season. However, the Huskies got the last laugh against New Trier, beating them in the season opener and then in the state championship. Yes, they somehow played 5 times across just 2 months. In the state final, the Huskies trailed 6-2 at the half, but outscored New Trier 5-0 in the final 2 quarters. Caden Sow scored the winning goal, while goalie Caleb Hewson clutched up in net with 7 saves, including a great stop in the final moments. Mason Hoffman had yet another all-state season with 156 goals and 85 assists before the state series, while Jack Reif added 109 goals and 69 assists. For a third straight season, Bennett Academy girls volleyball finished as the Class 4A state runner-up. The team only lost 2 games, both coming in 3 sets, and one of them in the state championship to Marist. This year's team was probably Bennett's best since the state title in 2019, as the Red Wings squad featured 11 Division I commits. The team won 40 games for a 4th time in program history and helped bring home a 17th straight regional championship since 2007. Naperville North girls soccer made it back to the state finals for the first time since 2019, but fell in double overtime to O'Fallon, who won its 3rd title in 5 years. The road to the state series was far from easy for the Huskies. They took down numerous ranked teams throughout the playoffs, including winning their sectional, which showcased a possible 7 ranked teams. North took down Oswego, Bennett, and Nequa before winning on a thrilling penalty shootout against Wheaton South in the Super Sectionals. The Huskies were led by goalie Olivia Oxner, who made 3 saves in the penalties before Michelle Runn scored the winner to send them to state. Claire DeCook scored twice in the state semifinal against Lane Tech to send North to the championship. The Huskies gave everything they had, but fell in overtime 1-0, coming up just short of the ultimate prize. This spring, Bennett Academy baseball had 11 seniors committed to play in college, and many of them played a major part in leading the program to its best ever postseason finish. The Red Wings made it to the 3A state championship, where they were tied with St. Lawrence at 5-5 in the 6th inning. The Red Wings came up just short, but it doesn't take away a thrilling postseason run, which included many clutch and dominant moments. In the regional final, Quinn Rooney hit a 3-run homer to cap off a 5-run 5th inning to lift the Red Wings past Canelands. In the sectional semi against Burlington Central, Northwestern commit Jake Reifenberg pitched 8.1 innings with 9 strikeouts and just 3 hits. That was before Merrick Sullivan hit a home run in the 9th inning to advance to the sectional final. In that final, Wichita State commit Gino Zagoric threw a complete game 1-hitter. Bennett loved to provide some big innings throughout the playoffs as they opened the Super Sectional with a 5-run 1st inning against Washington. Then at the state semis, Bennett scored 5 runs in the final inning to beat Cary Grove 11-6. The Team of the Year is awarded to Naperville North boys water polo. The Huskies took down some of the state's best teams en route to their first ever state title. When we return, let's close out the show with our top plays of the year. From game winners to posterizing dunks, we have it all coming up next.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
The import tariff is here, but at Fair Oaks Ford, we'll help you beat the tariff with a large selection of American-made in-stock vehicles right now. For a limited time, lock in pre-tariff pricing on select new Ford models and save thousands. From America, for America. And right now, we're offering employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Now that's what we call fair. Don't miss your chance to beat the tariff at Fair Oaks Ford in Naperville.
We start our countdown on the hardwood where Nalia Clifford hits from deep in the regional semis. Clifford receives the pass, takes a couple of dribbles, and lets one fly from across the half-court line. It goes off the glass and in right as the buzzer sounds. What a shot from the Wildcat star. We saw some nice goals this spring across our girls' soccer teams, but this one from Claire DeCook was the biggest from the state semis. Brooke Welch takes it down the right wing for North, and she finds DeCook, who backheels the ball to set up the shot, and she scores. DeCook, a Tennessee commit, was North's leading scorer on the year with 15 after recording 2 tallies in the state semi. Mattia Valley football wide receiver Dylan Liner makes the entire Plainfield Central defense miss. Liner receives the screen pass, and just watch him get to work. Liner breaks free from multiple defenders and runs from one sideline to the other. He breaks through the goal line, pretty much past the entire defense. Back to the hardwood and back with another buzzer beater. With the game tied in the final moments, North inbounds the ball, but it goes right into the hands of Red Hawk Emily Moran. 3 other Red Hawks move the ball around in seconds, with Annabelle Kreitzer finding Hackett for 3, and the ball bounces around before dropping for the game winner. What a way to beat your crosstown rivals. Stealing the spotlight at the boys track and field state championship was Naperville Central's Zolan Terry. After a third-place finish at sectionals, Terry soars to the top at state with a jump of 7.07 meters, claiming the IHSA long jump title. Watch out for him next season. Bennett Academy made a run to the baseball state championship, and this play from Nicholas Schaefer in the sectional semis helped spark that run. In extra innings, the game is still scoreless, and a Burlington player smacks one out to left. Schaefer tracks it down and lays out for a great snag. If that ball gets past him, Burlington could have scored. Bennett Academy boys basketball made it back to the state series, where Colin Stack posterizes a defender to wrap up the semifinal contest. Jaden Wright and Blake Fagbemi work it across half court. Wright lobs it to perfection to Stack, who says hello with the monstrous and one slam. It caps off a 10-0 Red Wing run to wrap it up and secure a spot in the state title. Jacob Bell and Quinn Morris connected for 15 Husky touchdowns last fall, and this one's the best from the season. Bell drops back to pass, and he throws one to Morris in the end zone, who lays out for the catch with a knee in bounds. It's a well-thrown ball and just a perfect catch from the transfer receiver. Keeping it with North, but to soccer, where Noah Radicke simply dazzles inside the box against his crosstown rivals. In the final minutes of the first half, Anthony Flores flicks it to Radicke, and just watch the Husky dazzle inside the box. He volleys it up to himself twice and dribbles around 4 Red Hawks before slotting it into the back of the net. And our top play of the year comes from Moses Wilson, who seemed to make a highlight reel play every week for Waubonsie basketball. Wilson forces the steal, and Tyree Coleman heads the other way, looks for Wilson trailing, and it's showtime. The Warrior duo connects on the reverse alley-oop from off the backboard. We have to slow this one down as it's pretty much perfect all around. The Panther defender watches the ball bounce off the glass and makes the business decision to get out of the way for Wilson. That will close out a terrific season of Naperville Sports Weekly. We saw 5 teams win state trophies and many more make it to the state finals. Naperville proved to be one of the best sports cities in Illinois. Thank you for tuning in every week as we've enjoyed some great moments dating back to August. A special thank you to everyone at NCTV 17, from our reporters covering the game to the staff behind the scenes. It's been a complete team effort to make our 18th year of Naperville Sports Weekly one to remember. And a special thank you to Grow Sports Psychology, Trunell Insurance, Fair Oaks Ford, and our presenting sponsor BMO for making this all possible as well. For the final time this season, I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. Have a great summer, Naperville, and we'll see you in the fall.